On Ice Hockey UK TV in association with SMP Europe. I'm delighted to be joined by the Coventry Blaze and GB defenceman, David Clements. David, thank you very much for joining us. I guess where we'll start is the announcement of 2 games for GB against Denmark. That's a real quality opposition, isn't it, for GB to get ready for a World Championship?
Yeah, definitely. It's we faced them in Latvia last year, and they were a great team, but I think we held our own against them and we took them into overtime. And unfortunate to take a penalty there in overtime, which saw them take the extra point. But it was I thought we matched up really well against them, and to have 2 games against them, one here in Coventry and one in Nottingham. I think it's the highest ranked team to play in the UK this so far. So to have that caliber team come and play over here to help prepare us for a World Championships is great.
That's a really good point about a high-ranked team. It just shows how far Great Britain has come. If you think about 4 or 5 years ago in the 3rd tier of ice hockey, of world ice hockey, now in the top tier for a 3rd season and attracting that sort of opposition, it just shows that the sort of strides that's been made, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. I think I spoke to you in the tournament last year, before and during the tournament in Latvia, and what the team's been able to do over that 4 or 5 year span to where they are now is amazing. And to be a part of it last year and to see how far they've come as a team, and a coaching staff was pretty special. So yeah, it's Denmark, and it wasn't just Denmark in that tournament that we held our own against, but I think that's a really well-matched team for us to help us get prepared for a World Championships in Finland.
You mentioned we talked while we were out there. I'm just kind of conscious to get your thoughts now. You've, a year on almost, looking back at what that experience was like. Can you put it into words?
It's obviously the experience was very unique with COVID, but all of that aside, it was obviously unbelievable to play that caliber of hockey. It's something that I'm always going to remember, and it helped me grow in confidence, and it's something that I've tried to take with me into my game this year with Coventry, to give me the best shot at making the team this year. They've got GB have got some key guys coming back this year who might not have been able to make the tournament last year. So that tournament's helped me grow as a player, give me some more knowledge and experience and confidence, and hopefully I can take that into training camp and tryouts this year.
Well, you make a good point about confidence. You certainly, were a real bloomer at that tournament there, and yourself and Josh Tetlow, especially on the blue line, were 2 of the standout young players. You've been coming through at Coventry, getting a lot of ice time, got that ice time in the Elite Series, excelled at the World Championship. So my question is, how much did that performance from you and GB at the World Championship lead into this season and give you that confidence of a sense of belonging, I guess?
Yeah, it did. I mean, I got more opportunity and ice time than I could have ever imagined and expected in that tournament in Latvia. Playing in, different situations that maybe I haven't had the confidence or ability to play in the Elite League, weirdly enough. I was playing 4-on-4, some PK shifts as well, and had a lot of responsibility. So, tried to bring that in with me in Coventry in training camp, and show that I can play in those situations at a high level in international hockey, and tried to show Stewie as much as I can that I can, I'm able to play those minutes, and keep some ice time off some of the imports to give them a rest too. So yeah, it's helped me massively, and couldn't be more thankful for it.
Just finally, before we finish, you touched on it earlier, but I just want to get your thoughts about, if selected, obviously there's a game in Nottingham, but specifically the one in Coventry. I mean, that must be something special to get your eyes on, that you would represent GB in your hometown.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, since growing up, Coventry's been a big part of the GB system, with Andy being so close with both. And I've grown up since a young kid watching both the Blaze and GB play games there. And I think over the last, well, since I've been back in the Elite League over this last 6-7 years, I've watched many different teams play there, Italy. I've watched many games there, and I've always been in the stands, wishing that was me. So, I'm closer to it this year, and it'd mean a lot to me to play in front of my family and friends and, fiance here, who have never seen me in a GB shirt for men's hockey or to play for GB in Coventry. So it mean a lot to me, and it mean a lot to them too.
Appreciate your time. I know you're a bit under the weather, so I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. Cheers.
Cheers, Chris. Thanks.